What's going on, YouTube? So, I just finished watching Batman versus Superman again with my kids this time. First time I saw it by myself, I had to make sure it was appropriate for my kids and my nephew here. And did you guys like it?
Yeah!
Good. Here's the thing. This movie did not suck, and I'm really tired of everyone saying that it's a horrible movie, and saying, Batman killed people. What's going on? Like, here's the deal, man. This is a movie. It was a good movie. It wasn't bad. Like, everyone is acting like it's the worst movie on earth, just because Superman died, and they should have saved it for later. And Batman's killing people. Granted, yes, Batman is killing people, but this is the best Batman. I don't think anyone is going to say that Ben Affleck was not a good Batman. He just was. It's just a fact. He was an excellent Batman. What I can say that for a fact that I did not like Lex Luthor. I did not like this version of him. I felt that Lex Luthor was just extremely annoying and kind of like ridiculous. Like, Lex Luthor is supposed to be a cold, calculating genius, a businessman, a boss. He is not, some guy with nervous tics and stuff like that. Towards the end, he started to grow on me a little bit. Just the insanity and the anger, kind of. He did that part a little bit well, but overall, this is my nephew here. Overall.
Hey!
Okay. Overall, I just did not like him, and he wasn't a bad guy that you like to hate. It wasn't like General Zod. Like, that was a bad guy you like to hate. Ultimately liked him, or Walter White. He's a bad guy you like to hate. This guy, you just hate him. You just want him to go away and just shut up and just go, move away from me. But maybe that's what they were going for. Once again, not a bad movie. I don't know why everyone's trashing. I can't believe on IMDb, Age of Ultron has a higher rating than Batman versus Superman. It's absolutely ridiculous. Age of Ultron had so much comedy in it that it just wasn't bad either. I liked Age of Ultron. In fact, I own it. It just got to a point where it wasn't, it took kind of like some of the action away because there's just so much comedy in it. And then the action was just everyone's doing a million things. It's just, it got to a point where it was just kind of ridiculous. Not like the first Avengers, where you were just really happy to see, the I forget what the aircraft carrier that flies, I forgot the name of that thing. But when you first saw it, it was like, oh yes, or when Hulk finally, got some senses and was fighting bad guys, and he was like, Hulk smash, and like, yeah, Ultron didn't have that kind of thing. But overall, I just wish everyone would stop hating on it. It's not a bad movie. Henry Cavill is an excellent Superman. He's probably the best one. I know everyone's gonna be like, I forget the original guy from the 70s. I forget his name. Man, what was his name? No, I forget. But like I said, great movie. And there were a few things that I can see that I know why people are disliking it. The whole ordeal with the Batman killing people. But we also have to remember that this is also from taken from Frank Miller's Batman, which is a grittier Batman, and it comes from a sort of a different side of the universe. It's not the typical, Batman animated series Batman where he's, just never kills people, or all the previous Batmans where he just never kills people. This is a grittier Batman, and I think later on probably in future movies, he'll probably be a little bit more mature and will be trying to hold back on the killing. But yeah, this one he was not. I also noticed, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, I don't know if you've ever played Batman Arkham Knight or Arkham City, I forget which one, on PS3. It's an older game, but he was doing some of those same moves from that video game. I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose. But yeah, that was pretty cool, actually. I peeped that. Let me see, what else? There's definitely going to be a Dark Side sequel. Lex Luthor was talking about, the bell is rung and he's hungry and he's coming or something. So I'm pretty sure he's talking about Dark Side in some way. I'm eager to see that. Now, Doomsday. It was a complete bastardization of Doomsday's story, who he was, who he is. He is not friggin' General Zod with Lex Luger blood. That's pretty stupid. I mean, it's retarded. His story is that he they pretty much forced the evolution onto this being and made it so you know, every time he died, he couldn't be killed the same way twice by some alien scientist on Krypton like hundreds of thousands of years ago or something like that. So this kind of like really made it stupid, and they kind of made it seem like number one, Doomsday is not 30 feet tall. Like, they made him like a 3-story building kind of, or 2-story building. I mean, he's not that tall either. With the bone spurs and all that other stuff that's supposed to be coming out of him, he's supposed to already have it. I don't like what they did with Doomsday. He kind of looked like something from, I actually saw this on another review, but yeah, if you remember Lord of the Rings, I think it was the first movie, when they were in the Dwarves Mountain. I forget the name of that thing too. That troll that was in there, and when they made a bunch of noise and that troll came and literally looked just like that thing. No, that's not what Doomsday is. That was a horrible representation of Doomsday. I like Doomsday's powers. I liked how they did make the bone spurs grow on him eventually. They did a good job with his fighting style kind of thing. But other than that, I kind of did not care for that. Wonder Woman, man, I thought she was going to be horrible. I really did. I just, you know, number one, they didn't name her. They didn't say the words Wonder Woman at all, because that's kind of corny. Like, oh, hey, it's Wonder Woman. Yeah, no one, you know, come on. But I really thought that was going to be the worst thing they could do, is put her in there. I thought there was going to be too much going on. There was a lot going on, but I think they did a lot with her fight scenes. I think they did a great job with her, to be honest. Oh, one more thing about Doomsday. Yeah, didn't even need to be in this movie. You know, there was no reason, absolutely no reason. There was just no point to him coming. Now, the Batman versus Superman fight, I thought that was very good. The thing that everyone should always remember about Superman is that, yes, he is the strongest, the fastest. He can keep up with the Flash and a whole bunch of other stuff. Well, to a point, he can keep up with the Flash. Can change how fast he thinks and all that other kind of stuff. But Superman classically is not a trained fighter. So if you take Superman's powers away, he's just a dude on the street. Okay, I'm aware, and before anyone starts, you know, yelling at me like, oh, he got trained in Kryptonian martial arts, that's later on. I don't think that's at this point of the Superman story, and as far as the DC cinematic universe right now, I don't think he has any fighting training. So it's definitely very extremely plausible that Batman would be able to just beat the S out of him like he did, if you use the kryptonite. So and then one last thing, everyone was just totally cool with, like, oh, hey, we all know who this guy's secret identity is. Okay, Clark Kent should know who Batman is, and Batman knows who Clark Kent is, and but Lex Luthor knew who everyone was, including Wonder Woman. It was just really, and obviously the rest of the